be something. Looks like we're up and popping now. What's up, everybody? How was everybody doing? Hello, hello, hello. It is Tuesday night, and we are ready to get back into it. Invincible, the finale, and I'm excited to talk about this one. This is one of my favorite shows, and yeah, it was a absolutely fantastic season. Oliver was right. How you feeling tonight, fandom?
Yo, what is good? Oliver indeed was right. Maybe some other characters, like, they believe that, you should just be killing here and there.
Oh, absolutely fantastic. What's up, AK and Vincike? How are we doing tonight?
I am a little under the weather.
Uh-oh.
Had some super sickly time to do it. Stayed home from work today, but I am doing quite all right. I'm ready to talk about this episode, so let's get into it.
Absolutely. Invincible Season 3, the finale. I thought you'd never shut up. And we started right off where we left off with the punch that leveled half a city. And as usual, of course, Mark, 3 seasons in, has yet to learn how to avoid a punch. Like, is he some sort of masochist fandom? Like, he just enjoys.
I knew you was gonna lead with that, DJ. Oh my god, that's just his thing, man. That's his thing. It's just like Daredevil we're watching now. It's like he lets the enemy get like a few licks, and then he's like, "Okay, this is how I can beat him."
Man, this man has constantly just got to take a couple. Like, yeah, just I mean, duck and move. You don't need.
But he should learn because he's a Viltrumite, so that's different. It's mainly just like full force, speed, and everything, flight, all that. So it's like, don't be taking punches now. Like the last one you fought was Anissa. I think that's her name. So it's like now it's this freaking huge ass guy right in front of you. Like, dude, you gotta stop.
Can't be doing it. What's up, Jay Cruz? I see you out there. Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh man, yeah, this was. What do you think of the old finale? I was feeling it. I think this may have been the best season. I don't know if it's the best season, but they're all so good. But I love this season. This season was fantastic. He did get snuck with a headbutt. Like that will come back into play later, but he quickly realizes that this isn't some training sim. Like this man has come to obliterate and end Invincible. And this is what like all that training was for, and I'm still not sure it's going to be enough. Like this is a real one. I don't know. Were you ever worried for him, AK, that he might not make it through this one?
Yeah.
I mean,
he's the star character of the show, but that doesn't mean he can't die.
This could have been the last season. I don't know when this story ends.
Yeah, exactly. They could have just sprung it on us like, boom, here, this is what happened. So yeah, I was worried, and I agree with fandom. Like, how are you still on this nonsense though? Or wait, maybe it was you that said it. I don't get how he's not dodging it and handling this better, because you're not rookie season 1 Mark anymore rolling around. Maybe I'm assuming too much and thinking that he actually does training outside of when the shit happens he has to go fight. Isn't he learning moves and blocking particularly? I don't get that. And it's also the thing with him always holding back and pulling his punches. Like for what? Right. For absolutely what? You know this man is here to kill everybody.
Maybe that's a Viltrumite thing where they just enjoy like taking like hits and then dish out. That could be a thing.
That's like
if it was his
masochist.
If it was we look at all of them, I would agree with that. Kind of like that though, because when you see like, almost all of them are like that, right?
They know how to dodge though, but a lot of them still dodge those punches. Like they make it a show. They elaborate those dodges because they're all better fighters than him. It doesn't compute for me that he would be on that level. I just think that he doesn't apply his fighting skills, where they are lacking at all, and he doesn't upgrade in his fighting style either because he's still doing this dumb shit he's been doing since season 1. Don't pull your punches, especially when you know actual lives are in danger. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, that's absolutely insane. What's up, John Haymaker? I see you out there. I hope everything's good with you. Yeah, that was.
What's good, Haymaker?
Do not be pulling your punches. Not with this man. You can see this man is all about business. What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
He said, what bothers me the most is he never wants help. Like always telling people, you need help with this one. This is a real one right here. It's like
he told him, like when Eve came through, like you are stupid. You what the hell you want them to leave for? You need all the help you can get. Oh, man. Which also Jeffrey Dean Morgan, fucking hilarious. This is like Giga Negan that's going after
the entire episode.
Enjoyed every bit of it.
I try to see just the image of conquest, but I'm just constantly just
Nope.
seeing Negan. That's all I'm seeing.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Man, yeah, that's I never watched that, but I've heard. Yeah, I know a lot of people get into that, and because I guess Invincible, the guy who voices him, was on there too.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the guy's Negan
Hmm.
killed.
He played Glenn, yeah, which was a very important character.
Yeah.
That'd be funny. Mark gets a
Actually
few,
killed by Negan. Ain't that some funny shit? I
right?
just fucking caught that. That's an awesome parallel right there.
Yeah, I'm like one of the few people that have never seen that show, so yeah, it doesn't hit me quite as hard. But yeah, definitely, that's crazy. Mark gets in a few decent shots, but Conquest actually seems to be enjoying like the beatings. Mark, not so much. I mean, will this cat ever learn to duck a punch? He just drives me crazy with that. But a lot of the epic battle is being televised, and Debbie's watching it in horror. And little Oliver realizes that it's not too far away and wants to rush in and help his big brother. But when Debbie yelled Oliver, did you think she was going to try to stop him again, AK?
I did, but then the moment that it's just like a split second where you see her demeanor shift a little bit when he turns around and she looks at him, she makes the decision right there immediately. And if you blink, you'll miss it. But she very much reads the situation, thinks about what she's going to do, but then switches it immediately because she knows, yeah, that's some fucked up shit. I already have one son in danger. I don't want to have another one in there, but it's better if they're together because, yeah, I don't want either one of them dying.
And
so I think she made the exact right call, and the way she said it was perfection.
Yep, she said this time she didn't say not to go. She just told him to be careful. Like that's gotta be so rough on her, knowing the danger you're letting the little one run into and not being able to tell him no. Like, oh my God. What's up, Phantom? Do you let him go or do you try to stop him?
Let him go. Let him go.
Right. How's she gonna stop him? She low-key doesn't have a choice, sadly, because you know Oliver will go out there. He don't give a fuck. He'll kill for nothing.
Oliver needs to listen. Hit and move. Get it gone. Yeah, don't be sitting there and trying to fight this.
And
no shot.
You know why you gotta put the extra lessons on that hit and move? Because his trainer don't know how to dodge fucking punches effectively.
And he's old enough to at least be able to take a shot. It's almost like he wants to see what he's up against. Like, just how much am I going to have to deal with this guy? But maybe that's why he named himself. He just knew there's nothing that's ever going to be able to stop him. So I can take every punch. Let's just see what you got. I mean, I guess that it has to be that, does it? But why the change in Debbie's heart? Like, why did she finally relent and let Oliver rush into harm's way? Like, you said she just didn't have a choice. Like, she knows there's no stopping this kid at this point. And
yeah, pretty much. This time you gotta just take the training wheels off the bike, and this was the day.
Man, exactly.
That part.
Yep. Paul tries to reassure her, reminding her that the boys have been in tough spots like this before and they've made it through okay. And she was like, not like this. It was never like this. But isn't this pretty much exactly what Mark went through when he battled his Pops Phantom?
You goddamn right it did. And oh my gosh, you get to the point later on when he literally just took him and he just like used his freaking body just like gorged a whole bunch of people. I'm like, well, damn. And I don't even think he even killed that one kid, but at least like half of his arm was taken off. I was like, well, damn.
That was ruthless.
If ever anyone wanted to know what a shockwave looks like, that scene explains it all, because just him, and he wasn't bobbing and weaving nowhere, he was just going in a straight line at top speed, and everything, buildings, streets, beaches, water, people, just got struck by that amount of force that was coming with him. And it was extremely disgusting and sad to see, because you never want to really watch people die like that. But it does make for a good scene. And it totally proves, this motherfucker really don't give a shit.
Oh, yet I was here for it all. Oh, it was so horrid. But yeah, absolutely incredible. But man, poor little Ollie is trying to get in there and help, but he's like still too young. Like, he was too slow to even catch up to the ass whooping. Like, he couldn't even he should have known right there he's not ready for this. You don't want this smoke.
Didn't they switch locations like 2 or 3 times before he actually caught up? Yeah, like ugh.
By the time he got there, you know he was wore out. Like, he's too tired to fight anyway. And speaking of ass whoopings, we see Conquest's mental game is every bit as strong as his physical prowess. Because when Mark told him to wait and he got all soft and sweet talking about, hey, you can do it. Don't give up. You still got a chance. I was like, this cat is beyond brutal.
That
You could
first
tell that this
round
man
of
enjoyed
shots.
it.
Yes. He was in his bag. He was completely full on in his game with this fight, and everything in the way that he was even speaking was just perfect. Like, he absolutely has a pain fetish, and it's not even just a pain fetish, but he wants to make sure that, yeah, even with all this great shit that you can do, you're hitting me up. It's almost like Thanos. All that for a drop of blood, and you're not doing nothing. So when Mark really does give him a good stick and move, he's like, yes, more of that. That right there. That's what I was trying to tell you. Come with that energy next time you come over here. Like, if that's not a crazy motherfucker, I don't know what is. Don't fight people that laugh during the fight.
That's just it. You hit somebody and they smile, you better bring a lunch.
That's a problem. Apologize immediately and walk away. Go home.
It's about to be a day. That's all I'm saying. Like, do not expect anything short of a battle. Little Ollie finally catches up and gets in that one little decent shot, but the glory is short-lived as he immediately got slapped the fuck down and snatched up. Oh, he found out real quick. This is not playtime. This man is playing for keeps. Oh, even played like the old rope-a-dope on Mark, like just letting himself punch himself out and then just snatches his hand in midair, letting him know, like, is that all you got? If that's all you got, this is not going to end well for you. I was like, I mean, yeah, I don't know. How did you think Mark was going to make it through this? Did you think there was any way he was actually going to outbattle him or like be stronger than him?
Outbattle him? No, I had to it had to be a tag team. Excuse me. A tag team effort. Because literally he was just being manhandled almost the entire damn fight. I'm just like, yo, where is Eve? Get the fuck up. Oliver, somewhat tag in, but at the same time I was like, yo, Oliver, sit your ass down. Just be the water boy at this point, Oliver. Just be the water boy. You don't want none of this.
Exactly.
I mean, not even that, but also, why was he out there by himself? Because, yeah, it should have taken a team. Not every one of the supers was dead. Where the fuck were y'all? Y'all were literally sitting there with Cecil watching it on the big screen, and you didn't think maybe a little bit of an assist could have been helpful? Y'all could have distracted him, or maybe even they probably would have been cannon fodder. I get that, but the shit didn't have to go on for as long as it did. And the buildings, the cities, and all those folks that were hit didn't all have to be in casualties and all of that. But no, y'all are content to just let Mark sit here, and then you don't even do nothing when people start talking shit about him, like it's his fault. No, it's not. He's just literally the only one that has the heart enough to come out here and try to do this shit. And you assholes ain't even trying to help.
I mean, Conquest came like at the right time because I guess they're still recovering from the whole Invincible thing, war and crap. So, but then again, I don't know how many weeks has it been post that.
It was right after, because Invincible was out there walking around looking at all the damage that had just been
when
done.
It started. Yep,
the boy showed up, and he's like, "Man."
Yeah, but the news report said it was going to be taking like weeks to figure out like what's the death toll underneath these bodies and rubble. So
it made it seem like it was pretty quick. Or actually, I guess it was. We know exactly how long it was. It might even be a trivia question later. Now that I think back on it, we do know exactly how long it's been.
I mean, regardless of how long it's been, though, I feel like those heroes that were still alive and still at least mobile, not locked in a hospital, they could have been out here trying to help.
Because near the end of it, they did appear with Cecil, and he was like, "Huh?"
As soon as he was dead, everybody popped up. Like, what the fuck? Where were you assholes at? Oh, look at this motherfucker in here. I see Spots. What's going on, kid?
Oh, we got a legend in the chat. What's up, Spots? Good to see you.
Absolute legend.
Way too long. Yeah, everybody's timing was impeccable on that. Just like playing Gladiator. It's like, oh, your timing's great. Showed up 5 minutes after the fight was over. Good job. Jake says, I got you.
I was going to guess 2 weeks. That was my off-rip guess. So that's my answer when trivia comes about.
Already.
Good to see you, Spots.
Gosh, always great to see you. So long, too long. But yeah, that was just incredible. And speaking of mind games, like, why did like Conquest lie and tell Mark that his father was executed right before he left? Like, what point did that serve, AK?
It's like you said, it's not only his physical strength, but also he's able to say like the right shit in the right tone, right in Mark's ear to really fuck with him. And I feel like he's a master at this. And you know what we'll come to learn is that this is basically a skill that's on his resume, is being the most efficient killer ever. And if you're gonna really mess with somebody, I mean, killing them is obviously fatal and whatnots, but if you get in their head, that's even more like psychological trauma that's in there. It's meant to, one, either piss him off, or two, he's gonna just crumble and fold right there. Either way, guy gets what he wants. It's just more fun for him to know that whatever he said is what was getting to him to make him make the move that he did.
I don't think Conquest was lying though. I think in his perspective, I think he assumed that he's dead though, because we don't know like the full timeline of when.
Oh yeah,
he may. Things, so
that's the point. He's stuck in.
The audience know that he's alive, but everyone else probably just assume he's dead.
Right. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That doesn't negate the fact that he's going on just attack in any way possible. So I mean, and he may not know that. What the hell is his name? I want to call him Niles. I don't think that's it. But Omni-Man, Nolan. Yes, he might actually think that he's dead, but but that doesn't even matter. He's just saying shit to get into Mark's head.
Yeah, he made the point to say they executed him right before I left. Like saying, yeah, I know he's dead. So yeah, for a fact.
Yeah. He said it that way specifically.
When he didn't know.
Yeah, just to fuck with him. Mm-hmm.
And then Mark should be able to figure he's not thinking right, but he said later, like, nobody will talk to me, nobody will hang me, they're all afraid of me. So where was he at? You're obviously out conquering other worlds. You weren't there. So I don't know. Yeah, that's crazy.
Exactly. You're not being fed all of the mission reports and what's going on, because even while as powerful as he is, he doesn't have any actual real political power among the elites of Viltrumites. So yeah, he wouldn't know what Nolan's condition is, dead or alive.
Was I the only one who thought at one point that Conquest was possibly Nolan's father? Was it just me?
I had asked that when we talked about it last week, because he very much looks like he could be Nolan's dad.
What if he was fighting too? I was like,
like zoom into what's behind DJ. If the mustache was just a little bit thinner, he literally would be like Giga Chad Nolan.
Yeah, it could be. And he said, I mean, he made that's one thing he did say is like, your father showed so much promise when he was young. So he knew him when he was young. Did he know him when he was young? Because that is his dad. And he's just not even doing it. He's like, I don't understand this love you guys get. Like, that's not Viltrumites. They don't.
That was my very first thought the moment he stepped on the scene.
And my whole thing that bugged me is like, oh, wow, we never got to see Alan and Nolan come back and like meet up. So like, what's going on with that? Maybe that's why. And maybe that'll be a bomb that they drop later. Like Nolan's like, what? You killed your grandfather? And then that'll play mind games with Nolan. Like, oh, you have gotten stronger. Like, I couldn't beat my dad, but you did. Oh, that'll be a trip. I would love that Phantom. Yep. You heard it here for his Phantom. Called that right here, right now. That'd be nuts. I like it too, Jake.
Excuse me. No. I called that last week. Thank you.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah. I remember. Yeah.
You can take my credits, sir. I'm offended.
AK got it. Here first. Oh, but yeah, that'll be sick. I love that. If they really are, like, he comes back and just blows his mind like you killed your grandpa, that would be. But then we see little Oliver wasn't quite done yet, although maybe he should have been, because he got Mark away a couple times. But other than that, he was pretty much a mosquito that got swatted. Like he
the crackling of his bones, like being pulled apart.
Spitting
out. Like he was describing it too. Like he's done it so many times.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I know exactly.
Yeah, like he knows exactly how to make the right moves to cause the maximum amount of pain. That's a scary motherfucker right there.
Then Eve wakes up and reminds us what a true hero she is. Like, first thought is, where am I and where is Mark? And as soon as she saw that he was still out there in the fight, she bounced out of bed, not even able to walk, but was instantly ready to get down and do whatever needed to be done to go out and save her boo. I was like, get it, Eve. Yeah. She is the hero.
I love that line where her dad was saying something like, "You can't leave. No, you can barely even walk." Meanwhile, she's floating in air like, "Bitch, do it look like I need to fucking walk?" What?
Like what?
Like her dad continues to piss me off every time he's on the screen.
Yeah. Actually, that was the tech though. She's like, "Don't do it." She's like, "Do I look like?" She's like, "You can't even walk." She's like, "Do I look like I need to walk? I'm about to go save my boo. Get it." Cecil tried to warn her that this is a Viltrumite and the
Wait,
strongest.
hold on. We're not gonna assume the fact that they were surprised that Mark was invincible. Like, of course that guy was invincible, damn it. But continue, DJ.
The whole Clark, absolutely. The whole Clark Kent theory. Like, wait, he didn't have his glasses on, so now you can't tell. Okay.
The only one that had a worse disguise than Clark Kent was He-Man.
Right.
At least Clark had some glasses. He-Man had a tan.
But Eve reminds us that she can rearrange atoms, and that may be the only one. She might be the only one powerful enough to stop this man. And when he had Mark like around the neck telling him to turn around, he doesn't want him missing this, like Phantom was saying, then literally flew through about 100 people.
Diabolical.
This cat is on a whole level. It was just brutal. And yeah, just chopped off that poor little boy's arm. He didn't even die. Just had to sit there and look at his arm.
At least all he lost was an arm, though. He could be dead.
Man, he might have bled out. Who knows? Unless they stop. How did they stop him from bleeding out? He might have died.
But then again, yeah, he might have bled out. You're right.
Oh, when he was flying them through buildings, and then like Mark hit the ground, and then like a couple seconds later, you see like a body splatting behind him. Oh my god, bruh. This show is just on a whole nother level.
Brutal, and I love it.
But when Eve showed up, she actually had a few nifty tricks of her own. Like, and impressively enough, they actually slow Viltrumite down for a few ticks, but it did not take long for him to overpower her. And then from what it looked like, totally ended her. Like, and could that have been a more gruesome ending? Punched half her face off and then puts his fist all the way through her midsection, like just for good measure? Oh my God. I mean, how did you not think that this was just the end all be all for Eve? Like, I thought this was game over for our girl. That was brutal.
100%.
I forgot about all the things she can do in the block.
I forgot how she's literally the Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
Like even down to what did Phantom just drop out?
Uh-oh.
You know, he was a little robot-y for me earlier, so maybe he's just restarting.
Oh wow, yeah. I didn't hear it, but yeah. Hopefully he's rebooting. He'll be right back.
Yeah.
Come on back, Phantom. So we'll look for you in the back room. But yeah, as she plummets to her end, Mark races up and catches her, and seeing like what a mess she was in, like may just be the catalyst he needs to get him back in this fight. And get back in the fight.
It was.
Because he gets to kicking, punching, and even goes Mike Tyson when needed to, biting a chunk out of Conquest's shoulder. Like, oh my God. That was funny. Conquest trying to talk about, you can't just get mad. That's not how it works. Mark's like, oh, I ain't trying to hear shit you talking about right now. Like, get some of this. Like a big old bite out of crime. Like, Conquest was not ready
he tapped into that Hulk. He tapped into that Hulk energy. Oh, bro, you won't like me when I'm mad. You keep saying you want me to let go and all this bullshit. I don't think you're ready for that. Because I know what I can do, even though you don't. Oh. But yeah, Eve had me worried, but seeing what happened to her and then how it was able to come back, that's why I referenced her to the Phoenix. And it's kind of like, yeah, maybe they look like they died, but they're going to pop right back up in just another couple minutes.
What's up, Phantom? Did you think that was game over for our girl?
Man, for a split second, I was like hollering like, oh my God, they killed Eve. At the same time, I was like, wait a minute, hold up. That whole special that they did, how she's pretty much like what AK just said. Not Eve. She's what's called the Phoenix. So I was like, because they pretty much put up mental blocks, and I think we said this in previous episodes where she kind of pretty much is like pretty like powerful. I'm like, why really not showcasing it that much? So, and then this is like the episode where they just remind us yet again, like, she is what she is, and she is pretty much like probably above Invincible, possibly, if all those mental blocks are like put down.
Absolutely. The only reason that she can't do anything to humans, like, because I was thinking like, bro, you can do all this shit down to the atomic level. Why don't you just make this motherfucker's blood boil in his skin, and then poof, the fight is over. But she can't do that specifically because there's blocks in there. until something happens, like watching the love of her life die or almost die, and it gets triggered and she can override those protocols and go to work. And she did that in proper fucking fashion.
Doesn't she have every right to be just as mad as Mark did about Cecil putting a bomb in his head? I mean, isn't this just a virtual bomb in her head, stopping her from being as powerful as she's supposed to be?
Agreed.
What's the difference?
There isn't a difference. Cecil on some bullshit.
This is more of a safety precaution than what Cecil did.
That was the excuse that he gave for Mark too. Exactly. Where exactly do you draw the line on that, though?
You're messing with
Where do you draw the line on that?
Yeah, you're messing with their brain to stop it. So
it's messing with her free will, basically.
And what she is.
And if those blocks weren't there, if those blocks weren't there, this fight again could have been over far sooner than what it went on. You know, that whole speed run that we did with Mark's face basically being the catalyst that crushed everything in its wake did not have to happen if Eve would have had full access to all of her powers.
Now I still put a mental thing in her mind. I don't care. Because it's like within a snap of a finger, possibly she can just like melt down an entire freaking New York City.
Oh, she can.
Mark is going to take a minute or two, but at least we can get like an army of freaking people just to help, just to defeat him. So it's like I would rather put it in her mind than like
I mean,
Mark.
she could go Thanos.
I mean, what reason do you have for that though? Eve is not that, like, honestly, I feel like Cecil doing this could very well lead to the origins of her villain story, because while she is a good person, and she tries to do good things all the time.
Damn, I think actually it's terrible tonight.
What's that?
So it isn't just me. Did AJ just knock out? Or is it just me?
No.
It's you.
That was just you.
Oh my God, what's wrong with my computer today?
Uh-oh.
Y'all see, yellow. Last week it was me, and this week is you. Yeah, there he goes. But yeah, no, I think Cecil doing that to both of them, it has so many negative consequences, and we've already seen that again. If Eve could access all of her powers right away without Mark having to be on death's door, this shit could have been over a lot sooner. The Viltrumites possibly might not even be thinking of invading, because Eve could have came out and handled Omni-Man if she had full access to her powers. That's how powerful she is. That's why, again, like Jean Grey, above Omega level mutants, she can do damn near anything, including come back from the dead. Because she did die, but then she regenerated almost immediately. So yeah, fuck you. What the hell is his name? Cecil? You stay fucking up putting caps on these people, and then when you need them to go in, they can't because of you.
Well, Jake has a good point.
There's a reason for the blocks. Who was killing nannies? 7. Wait, who's 7?
Think Academy.
Oh, brother, that's a completely different show and a completely different character.
Hey, she has some powers, and I mean, little kids are going to be little kids, and they get mad and can't control it, and things happen.
They do, but had the proper training and attention been given, do you think we would have gotten the almost to the villain side, easily manipulated by another villain, if she wasn't made to be so isolated and those caps would not have been put on her, particularly without reason, coming from the person that put the caps there? Nah, I don't. That's to me, that's still not her fault. Does she have the power to do those things? Yes, absolutely. But had you taught her better, then I think she would have had a bigger grasp on her emotions and keeping that in check, and only tapping into that power when it's actually needed.
Maybe, or she just goes full Phoenix,
or she could be a full ass villain.
Or she could go straight Wanda Maxima and just be like, I'm sad and I'm just going to warp everybody's reality because of it.
I don't think that's similar.
Can we hear you?
I know. Could you hear me?
Yep, there you are. I got you.
Yep, we hear you. We just can't see your avatar.
Now on my iPad, which I have like none of my old avatars, so this is what we're going to get.
Oh, talking in the bass. He's in the drum. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think you're right. I think Oliver might be a couple inches taller next year. They might have helped him out with that growing.
Oh, definitely. It's gonna be more. He'll be fully grown by next year, won't he?
He's saying because old boy stretched him out so much, he's going to be a
Oh,
couple.
now I understand that being because someone like drew it, and I'm like, I don't get it. Now I understand. Okay.
Oh, after
Yeah,
that
and Jake
move,
says it's more of a better safe than sorry. I don't know. We've seen the consequences of these blocks being there. They ain't been good.
oh man. After that move, even Conquest started to realize maybe this kid isn't done. He just took a bite out of my ass. This might be a thing. And even got like a damn out of him. Like, is that the moment he realized like he might actually lose this fight? Like Conquest was starting to think twice once old boy took a chunk out of him. Oh,
I don't know. I don't know that I feel the same on that.
He might have been
I don't think he.
He
I
might
don't
be
think
like
he ever had a worry.
He might be like the Battle Beast, just trying to find somebody to finally beat him. Like somebody beat me. I'm ready to die in battle.
Yeah.
I'm looking for someone who can take me down. Please be that one. Like, that's crazy. He is nuts.
I agree with that.
They battle a bit more, and Mark looks like he's finally gotten control of the situation, and that is till he took his eyes off the ball, and he noticed Eve still alive, and being distracted even just for a moment was enough to let Conquest get the upper hand again. And even he yelled out, "Pay attention," when he caught Mark slipping. But Eve showed that she was far from done and reminded us again that she can reconstruct atoms, including the ones in her own body. And she gives Conquest just one last atomic blast, and this knocks him off Mark. And the two battle again, but this time Mark, he was playing for keeps. He's had enough. And he just totally snapped. Conquest had already broken both of Mark's arms, so he just has to resort to the old headbutt. Like, he learned how effective that was earlier when Conquest did it to him. So he gives him a little payback tenfold. And he is completely round the bend, seeing red. Like he was not going to stop until he was sure this man is completely down. Like his face was mushed.
You know what's also somewhat poetic about how they did that scene? In The Walking Dead, Steven Yeun, the guy that voices Mark, and Negan, who is voicing Conquest, they're all of the main folks are like in a line, and he's going through and playing Eeny Miny Mo about who's going to be the ones to catch it to make an example of the group. And Glenn is who is the first one picked, and Negan basically bashes his head in. And now here, the roles are reversed a little bit, and Mark bashes his head in with his head. It's interesting. But yes, everyone is Negan. We're all Negan.
Oh, dude, that look on Mark's face, drenched in blood, just going ham with the headbutts, absolutely psychotic. He had totally snapped, and I'm not sure he's ever coming back from that. Like that kind of dramatic episode changes a person. And we say later that I don't think this is going to be any exception. Like, is this what changes Mark and maybe puts him on a dark path, fandom?
Nah, I see like this is our Mark that can kill someone and not go on a dark path. Because at least he kind of makes it a point to Oliver, like he's only going to kill people if they're going to at least hurt his family or his loved ones. So not just he's going to end up killing like the Muller twins when they return, or freaking Dr. Seismic, or a freaking what is his name, Powerplex, like escapes prison. Like he's not going to kill them.
I don't know.
Unless Powerplex, walk into a freaking his mom's house, then it's a different story.
Yeah, because he said the rules are killing. He said the rules of killing are out the window. Like he's done having to deal with repeat offenders, and with Conquest down, I don't know. It looks like he might just be like around the bend on this one. Like I'm not ever dealing with this again. I'm just gonna start taking fools out. And once you start murking, like that's a slippery slope. But he crawls over to Eve to confess his love for her, and she dittos him right back. And then she asked, "Am I naked?" Yes, you are.
Yes,
so is that her thing? Like, are all her clothes just simulated out of Atom outfits that she like optical illusions to our eyes? Like, so when she gets knocked out cold, her clothes just disappear with her conscious state?
Nah, because if so, in that first episode when she got knocked out or whatever, like, wait, was she knocked out when she was captured by Dr. Seismic? Or no?
I don't think she got knocked out. She just got knocked down, I thought.
I don't remember.
If so, then she would have been naked.
But
then.
I don't think it's tied into her powers in any way. I think maybe just the force of those concussive blasts. shred the energy from it shredded the clothes as they were.
Well, now that we had parts done, and I think Jake's right. Everybody showed up just in time to see Eve naked. They like showed up right after. Yeah, now that the hard
That's why
part's done,
Cecil really said, huh? Okay.
because now that the hard part's done, the rest of the crew does show up, and yeah, I guess for cleanup duty. Like, did they really need the whole squad there for that? There has to be 20 different cities in total disrepair. Like, I don't know, maybe head out and start getting started on that. Did we really need all the heroes right then and there to just, yeah, probably what, to see Eve naked? What else? Why are they all there? Like, y'all are late. What the hell are you doing here now?
Mm-hmm.
But back at the Pentagon, Mark finally wakes up and Eve explains to him like how and why she didn't die. And if she has those types of powers, like, isn't that pretty much the fountain of youth? Like, she basically reconstructed all the atoms in her body. Wouldn't that make her immortal? Like, she could literally just make it so she never ages again.
Does it?
If she can totally reconstruct all the atoms in her body, yeah.
She can reconstruct all the atoms in her body as they are now. I don't think that means that she's immortal.
I mean, a new atom is new life and not dying off. I don't know how that works. That sounds kind of crazy.
Well, I failed science, so don't
know. Well, when you're saying immortal, my thought is that she would keep growing, which would kind of or like keep her in the exact state that she looks now as the years gone by. I don't think that will happen. I think she will age just like the immortal does, and it'll just be at a much slower rate. I don't know if she has the same rate as the immortal, but I mean, I guess we'll have to see, because she's in extreme infancy compared to him as far as years being alive and experience.
Then again, we did see the future, and she wasn't there.
Well, we don't know. Mark bounced with his family. Immortal said, "You left me here. You got to live and go live your best life with your family. You left me here. I said I didn't want it." So we don't know. Maybe that's how Eve is still there that far in the future and living with Mark, is she's just regenerating her own atoms and has a fountain of youth.
Yeah, point.
I don't know. No, because we saw that other Eve, and she was older. She visibly looked older.
That was from a whole nother dimension, though. And she could, and if she's got atoms, she can be whatever age she wants to be. Maybe that's her best life in that place. Maybe that's what she wanted. Or maybe she was trying
we have to see.
And she just stopped herself.
I would need more information and like more examples to see if she's actually that way.
I saw a spoiler nail and saw a little something. So I don't want to say it here, but I don't even know if he's with Eve in the future. It might be something else.
So there was so many points in times when we were just doing the reviews, I have to literally clear my browser history. So I was like, I did not want to get spoiled.
Yeah, people be spoiling it just with a thumbnail. Like, oh,
I know.
That? Y'all are terrible.
And then it's those YouTube shorts, when I'm just like, come on now. Now it's the YouTube shorts I have to like delete or just say not interested, and just
you gotta stay away from those anyway, because they will suck hours out of your life. Like, you blink and next thing you know, it's been an hour later. Like, how have I been watching
freaking shorts? Yeah, I minimize all of the shorts bars, and they were like, oh yeah, we won't show you that for a while. Like, I don't like how much they're pushing shorts. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah,
we're trying to get it thing on TikTok. So
of course they're battling. That's their competition. But Debbie comes to see Mark and just completely breaks down. She feels responsible for everything that Mark's been going through, and of course it feels like it's all her fault. But after all that Mark's happened, like, he wants to go see Conquest's body. Like, he wants to see with his own eyes that this thing is dead and down. And when Cecil shows up and gives him confirmation, Mark tells him to burn it. Yet somehow I knew he wasn't going to follow those so simple instructions. Yep. So first off, what's up, AK? Should Debbie feel like this is all her fault? I mean, is there, like Mark said, is there anything else done?
No, but I completely and fully understand where her mindset is, because that's her protective mother nature. She's looking at it in hindsight thinking, no, I could have avoided this in some way, shape, or form. Could she ever have stopped Mark getting powers? No. Could she ever have stopped Nolan from raising him? Also, no. She may have tried to move and take him, but Nolan would find her. And at the very least, he would take Mark back so he can mold him however he wanted to. So No, in no way, shape, or form was she ever wrong in this situation. And Mark basically says as much, and I agree with him. No, she did everything perfectly that a mother that cares about her child could do.
Feel it. That'd almost be one thing. Like if Cecil wouldn't have put those blockers on Eve, she could have helped Monster Girl. She wouldn't have needed Rudy to do the thing, and she could probably make Monster Girl actually turn into her own age, her real age. Like she could warp everything.
She is a genius.
That would be kind of crazy. But I don't know. Do you need her playing God like that? It might be a step too far. But what's up? What do you think? Did you think Cecil was actually going to do what Mark said and burn the body, fandom, or did you just know better?
Hell no, to the no.
Gonna try
like
to turn
Cecil, like no. Like I knew he was gonna give it to that other what's that scientist or whatever guy.
Mm-hmm.
And even in that room, I was looking at some of those bodies. I'm like, are those like some like the invincible bodies freaking from the other universes and things? I'm looking at like their costumes and such. I'm like, wait a second, hold up.
I think that's what might be that project that Cecil was talking about. That was referenced, that mystery project. That where you had asked whether it's Oliver or something else.
No,
and
but
I think
that
I
was
said
done,
it was something
that was
else.
Parflex episode, and that was said before the whole Invincibles came, so it could have been
right.
that.
But they were already making these projects, and
they were already making those. Yeah.
Now they've upgraded it with the invincible bodies, and he's like, I can't do it as fast as I was doing it. We're having to make whole new tools just to be able to cut through
to even do what they're trying to do. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they were already doing the project. Now they've just upgraded it with the invincible bodies.
Right.
And he said
Mark should have stayed right there. He should have stayed and watched that thing being put in the incinerator and burning.
Please, you don't think Cecil would have had a dummy body just to burn right in front of Mark?
Would he have? As much as Cecil, now, I think that's like everybody giving Batman infinite prep time. I don't think he would have done that. I think that was the actual body he showed. And I think Mark should have actually waited to see that shit put in the incinerator and then stand there and wait until it's ashes.
Or just picked it up and put it in the incinerator himself.
Yeah, that's what he should have done.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Like, we'll make sure this one's
either way. He should have just walked away
3
on
days, so he could have easily just like get a different like looking body just to make it look like that's the actual Conquest dead body. Burn it right in front of Mark, and then like, good, it's done. Yeah, like it's not.
Everybody gathers for Rex's funeral, and it looks like we finally get a confirmed kill on one of our heroes. They've already brought him back from the brink once, so to do it again would have taken like any feeling left out of it. So as sad as I was, he was gone. Like I definitely didn't want him bringing him back. But I don't know. Cecil brings everybody else back. Why not bring him back?
Do not bring him back. Do not bring him back. Let that death be good.
Who was it?
Tearful.
Oh, Rex.
Do not bring it back.
I still have a sneaking suspicion we might possibly see him or a clone of him next season.
He is.
I don't think he's completely gone.
I thought at the end when they're showing like those glimpses of like other like plot lines and stuff, I thought like injured Rex might be in the sewer or something, but no, it was like those alien whatever things. So, but still, no Rex. Gotta keep him dead.
The sequence, yeah, that was.
Yeah, parallel to the other universe.
Yeah, he should stay dead.
Is instead of being called Robot, they called him Rex. So I guess
he's called like Rex.
That. Yeah. So just that one parallel universe that kind of like mirrors ours. So
that was just But I did notice that he is buried. They made sure to show us that sign, government property. So he is buried on government property. So we don't know what they're going to do with him. And he was brought up in a lab in the first place. So I'm sure they have all the DNA and his genes that they would need to like make a clone of him. So we might see Rex in the future. We definitely might. But Rudy gives the eulogy as Robot and tells everybody in honor of the man, he will now be taking the name Rex. And I don't know, is that a heartfelt thing to do or just downright creepy? Like you've already stolen the man's DNA and his looks. Now you're taking his name. Like, is this a step too far or a sweet homage, AK?
I think it's a sweet homage. That's it. They're all in mourning there. Nobody is on the road of saying or doing anything just for like random clout or attention seeking. No, I think he actually meant that as a tribute to his friend.
You agree with that, Phantom?
Hey, as long as Rex didn't have kids, he'd have been like, now I'm gonna adopt your kids too. Or if he had a wife, now let me marry your wife too. And been like, okay, what's next then? Your shampoo? But nah, I don't see it creepy as much as, again, just a memory of him.
This isn't a single white female situation.
Yeah, I gotta go back to the first season. Like, how was he like that upset that he took his DNA?
Yeah, he's like, what? He was totally high. He was livid. He's like, you took that without asking? Like, that's beyond creepy. What the hell? Yeah, he wasn't happy at all about that. But that was kind of a crazy quick flip of emotions Eve was going through. Like, couldn't even make it through a eulogy for Rex, then telling Mark how much she loved Rex and still does. But as soon as Mark showed like how happy he was that she was still alive with him there, dude, the tears for Rex seemed to dry up real quick. And it was right back to sucking face with Mark. Like, that was a quick flip. That was kind of weird.
That was the point. As her boyfriend, she's sad. And he's doing something and saying something to cheer her up a little bit. I think that's exactly what he was supposed to be doing.
Feel it. She wasn't stopping there. Like, it was straight back to Mark's room for a little celebration of life for a party of two. And that was like a neat trick, getting Mark's clothes off with just a thought. But why did they seem to be melting while they were folded up on the floor, Phantom?
All I'm saying is this: Invincible, you gotta wake up and check your penis is still there, not melted off, bro. I don't know what's going on with the powers now. That stuff is just melting through. Because she used her powers on him, right? I forgot how it happened. Didn't she use her powers to take off his costume or something?
Yeah, she used the powers to take his clothes off. He's
like, oh. Be careful now, because maybe like one of those mental blocks, one of those blocks didn't go back up.
Feel it. While they celebrate, we take a trip underground to remind us that the Sequids are still among us and going to be a problem in the future. So like you were saying, they had to remind us, and that's going to be a thing probably next season. And it looks like they have a whole new hive of humans that they've taken over down there. So back to trying to take over the world and take over everybody. Like, that's going to be a thick plot line, it looks like. But then out there floating in space, hibernating through the frozen chill of it all, we see Battle Beast napping among the shredded remains of the Viltrumite. Like, he lit that fool up. And then a ship from the coalition of planets flies through and swoops them up. Like, they're the ones putting together a coalition to battle against the Viltrumites. So methinks they couldn't have come across a more worthy warrior to fight for their cause. Is he going to join up? And are they all going to be on the same thing? Like Invincible, Battle Beast, Nolan, Alan? Like, are they all going to be the ones and just team up? Those are going to be the guys to fight the Viltrumites, you think?
We'll put the team together.
What about like those guys we saw come in to help fight all the Invincibles, like from a different dimension? Are they going to come in and help fight the Viltrumites too?
I would think so. I think that's why they introduced them here. And hopefully by then their tech will be a little more upgraded and we'll see a bit of their world. Because they're kind of like what group would I give them? Kind of like the Nova Corps. Okay. In Marvel. It's not just that planet that they look after. There's a bunch of different planets. Also, like Green Lanterns, there's a bunch of different planets that they look after. I think it could be something like that they're all come together.
Do you think that's maybe the upgrade that Cecil's boss took, and he's up there running that? And that's where Cecil got the upgrade and took his spot? Because I was like, where do you go above?
That's literally the only place you could go. Yeah, this is like the difference between S.H.I.E.L.D., where Nick Fury is, versus Sword, where we see him end up in Captain Marvel. So yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool if we find out. Identity theft is a serious crime. Oh, and finishing up, we see Angstrom Levy has been put back together, and his new masters sound like they have some serious ambitious ideas on where they'd like to do next. And that is just crazy. Who's not quite finished is Cecil with Conquest. Like, we just knew he wasn't about to leave well enough alone. Mark told you to burn that body, and methinks he's about to be awfully sorry you didn't listen, because in the not too distant future, when that man wakes up, I don't care where you think him under. You think you have him by bombs and underneath ground and dude, he's going to bust through all that like nothing. Like, you don't have anything that can hold that man.
This is not Steve Rogers. Okay, this is not the good guy of all good guys coming back to life and thawing out. No, this is an evil asshole that the first thing he will do is kill whoever's closest to him. to get out. You're not going to be able to hold him down. He's going to be able to punch through whatever obstacle you think you can put him in. So your best bet against Cecil, while he was down and out, would have been turning him to ash in the incinerator. But he's gonna have to pay for that. And sadly, I think like the first 2 episodes of next season will be Cecil paying for that mistake.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's gonna be a problem. That one's definitely gonna come back to haunt him. Back in the hospital, little Oliver's raring to get back at it again. Like, he just wants to restart his training, and he promises to be good and listen. Like, little boy, if you don't sit down and shut up, like, how many times have you said you're just gonna be good and listen? You haven't done it yet. You never listen. I'd be like, look, take a seat. We'll try again in a few years when you've matured a little bit and capable of listening. Are you buying it? Like, is this kid ever gonna listen, fandom?
I mean, maybe in a couple months or so, since, you know, that freaking race accelerates. But who knows? I'm just waiting for him to become, like, not mature, but, you know, in our standards.
Like 20 years old, mature type?
Yeah. Maybe then he, like, clearly understand. For one, I thought he was going to understand during the whole fight with Conquest, but no, he wants to go right back into the field. And I'm like, you know what? Yo, stick him to Vanessa or something and let him just chill for an hour or two. They're gonna be like, okay, I get it.
Kids will be kids.
Like he's trying to speed run death.
Yeah, they don't listen.
Kids will be kids. Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't die last time. I'll be all right. Let's go. Like, just no.
You know what it dawned on me? We didn't even get to see like the Maulers like return or like the Prime Mauler or anything. It was ever since that episode, the Maulers just died. I'm just like, wow.
They'll bring
Season 4, episode 1.
Yeah,
but still.
Sure, absolutely. Mark had a shocking revelation and tells Oliver he was right, and now vows to kill anyone that ever dares to put his family at risk. And is this going to send like Mark down a dark path? Like, will this be the thing that causes him to be more like his other evil variants? Like, because he's going to start killing people?
I would need to know more about those variants, because I think it was either Fandom or you that said like all of the other marks that we seen came from marks that were like very clearly of criminal behavior, and they were broken out of whatever prison that they were in their dimension. I don't think this mark is going to have that problem. I think he still has a good heart and good head on his shoulders. He's just going to be a little less naive in giving people the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, because
so he's going to be a bit more nonsense. Good.
Majority of those like marks, like either criminals, they're in the Voltron prison, they're already on the Viltrumite Empire. Some of them like lost like their mom or like their significant other. So not only just killing, they just had like no one else. So I mean that's what pushed them. So far, Mark still got his family and people. So
yeah, he still has family and he has his brother. So yeah, that's I don't think he's gonna go down that path. He'll be a little bit more harsh, I think, but he's not gonna be evil.
Then we finish on an off-the-wall side story from an all-but forgotten character. Damien Darkblood is back and seemingly ready to do the bidding of some high overlord looking for a body. Like, man, so many wannabe body snatchers in this show. Like, who's going to get a body first, fandom? The evil demon or Cahor?
I want Cahor. Get out of here, man. I'm right. I freaking love
Which one was Cahor?
He's the chauvinist.
The mummy who only wants a male host.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Demon in the crypt. Oh, Darkblood says he's discovered a way to summon a very powerful being to them for the dark spirit to take over. Who do you think that dark being is going to be, AK?
I, at first, was thinking Mark for that, but I think it could possibly be that they were talking about Eve. And granted, yeah, they said, you know, he is more powerful than something other. But if you really look at, you know, how Eve is unhinged, and when I say unhinged, I mean when the blockers are overridden, those protocols, she can go to work and do some nasty business. But I also think it's possible that they maybe could be talking about the Immortal. Or what the hell's his name? Conquest. Actually, yeah. I'll say Conquest is my number one pick. I think.
Conquest, yeah. If Conquest is still alive,
Yeah.
that would definitely be a powerful and dark enough spirit for him to overtake. And that,
Exactly, yeah. Because of specifically because of that darkness that he has in him. That's what they're feeding on. Like the monsters in Monsters Inc. They feed on fear and screams. That they're feeding on negative, bad vibes from killers, and he fits the bill.
Oh, that'd be sick. What's up? What do we think of this episode, Phantom?
I say 8 out of 10.
That was pretty
It
good.
was good. It was good. I would say majority of the damn episode was just the fight between Conquest and freaking Invincible. But for me and AK and for us the Walking Dead fans, that was mainly just the rematch between Glenn and Negan. That
poetic.
Yes, it was just great. It was just great. But then just the whole time, it was the whole story arc of Mark. Say Arc and Mark. Oh my gosh, tongue tied there. But the whole thing of like, hey, should he kill? Should he not kill? He's been dodging that whole question. Doesn't end up becoming like Cecil. Has to be like, working like with villains from the past and just simply just lock them up, don't reform them. And all of it's gonna like come to a conclusion where he pretty much has to. And also I'm starting to think that with that whole like I was rewatching some of these episodes and the fact that in the future they don't know what the hell a Viltrumite is, I'm like, I don't think they've ever like said in the news like what Mark's father was. And them saying that, it's like, do the Viltrumites even like invade Earth or not? That's gonna be like
that's right. They could have completely suppressed any mention of them in the press. So yeah, we see that there's aliens invading, but they don't know where they're from or what type of people they are. So yeah, that's a good catch.
That'd be sick.
I like that.
Oh, pretty much happy, but too many extra credit scenes. Hey, they got to set up next season and let you know what's coming, keep you interested because it's going to be a while.
But they always do that though. I don't know if they did that first season, but they said the second season.
Yeah. Oh, they always did. Yeah, the first season had a bunch of stuff, and they had stuff that they showed that they didn't even touch on in the second season. Like it went into, it was crazy. So yeah, they got a whole bunch of stuff that they're still coming.
The Mullet Twins, bring them back.
They got it.
I'm gonna go with a 9.5.
I loved it. Yeah, absolutely.
Because I really, really liked this episode. I love this whole season. It was very action packed. There was growth from a lot of different characters. Almost everybody made an appearance in some way, shape, or form. And yeah, they gave us the tea, including the ominous ending and the even more ominous Easter egg ending popped in. So yeah, I'm in for it.
Hated it.
Not
buying it. Tens. No, this one was 2 snaps up all day long. I loved it. I love the first season that got me
snaps and a rewind,
but this one was right there with it, man. I was here for it. I absolutely
indeed.
Can't wait to see where they take it from here. Oh, it's been a blast. I can't believe it's over already. Too fast. We got just a couple questions. See if anybody remembers these. Just 4 quick, easy ones. If you know these answers, put them over in the chat box. If you're watching later, put them in the comment section down below. Oh, I know Phantom's got to be ready for this. What news channel aired the fight of Mark and Conquest?
Damn, not gonna lie, this episode I didn't write down any trivia questions at all.
I didn't either. Something told me that was going to be a question, but I could not be bothered to find a pen.
That was in News 12?
Incorrect.
Nani? Oh, you said incorrect. My bad.
I feel it. Look, Jake bringing it home, though. Channel 5. Well done.
Channel 5. There you go. Good on you, Jake.
How long did Sinclair say it would take for his new super soldiers to be ready for just the trial run?
3 weeks.
Oh, was it a month?
2 weeks
or 2?
What'd you say, Phantom?
It wasn't 3 weeks.
No.
Damn, it wasn't 2 either. Also, was that woman that looked just like Sinclair? Almost the features and everything.
Yeah, she was a little weird. I don't know. And maybe that could have just been lazy, like something easy, like just to transfer.
That or Sinclair just literally made himself a significant other in a freaking test tube.
I mean, I wouldn't put that past him. So I don't know, what, 6 months?
Oh,
I feel like it was a significant amount of time. Was it only 2 weeks?
Yeah, just for the trial test run. Jake, 2 for 2, killing it. Sick one. How long was Mark out for after his fight with Conquest?
Okay, that was 3 days.
There you go. 3 days.
See, that's what I'm saying. He probably pulled up like a fake Conquest body, make us all think he dead, reality got him somewhere else. I'm surprised he was still alive after all that head bashing.
Yeah, how is he not done? How is he not just melted, disintegrated? How long has Eve been out after her fights with all the different marks? I told you it was
a few days.
Told you it was going to be a trivia question. It's the last one out the door and the last one for the season. How long was Eve out after her fights with all the different marks?
3 weeks.
I don't think it was that long. No, because it was almost back to back. So like 3 days, maybe 3 days. I don't want to say 72 hours, but I think that's the same thing.
Jake missed one. Incorrect. Oh, that's gonna do it. Good go on. Finally got one that it hurts my soul when you guys go 100%. So we have to have one you guys miss. Oh, anybody knows this watching it later? Put in the comment section down below. How long was Eve out for after her fight?
It wasn't 8 days.
Marks. It was not 8 days.
I know it was a matter of days. I'll say that.
Jake says 5 days. That is incorrect. Oh, I love it.
Dang, even my old note
3 days.
That's crazy.
It's so funny. You guys have all popped all around it.
Was it days or weeks though? That's what I want to know.
It could be both. There's days and weeks.
Oh my God, this guy.
I mean, yeah. Well, that means that it was at least a week.
Oh man, absolutely.
So I don't know. 3 weeks is in my head. I don't know why. It's probably wrong, but yeah, that's where my brain keeps going.
Oh, there we go. We're going to end it on that one. We're going to be back on Thursday talking about the latest Daredevil that just came out about a half hour ago. So definitely be ready for that. Episode 4, and we're just going to keep this party moving. So that's going to do it for us. I hope everybody out there, nope, you're wrong. It is not 10 days. Oh, good guesses. But that's going to do it for us. We got to get out of here. Got a little niece's birthday party I got to get to. But I hope everybody out there has an absolutely fantastic week, and it only gets better from here. Till we see you on the next one. Be easy, everybody.